Got a couple of minutes, couple of seconds to go for the market open, and we'll have the first rates up on your screens shortly. What do we have? Just counting down, and we should be able to get on with it with the Nifty, the Bank Nifty, and of course sectors, etc. Before we look at stocks. So it's lower as the pre-open, the GIFT Nifty, etc. were indicating, but not that much. Slight pullback, 22,500 basically on the Nifty. The Nifty Bank is down about 0.25%, 48,500. And you've got a Sensex down about 0.25% as well. So uniformly 0.3% cuts to begin the day. Advanced decline, broader markets have been steady. Actually, I would say they've been steadier as compared to the Nifty or the large caps. So 923 up and about 400 lower, but stocks are still opening up. Mid-cap index is down about 0.25%. Actually, even yesterday, the mid-cap index was down. Small-cap index ended higher. Small caps outperformed mid-caps. Small caps are flat. Actually, they're in the green again, while the mid-cap index is clearly down. So there's a divergence even there. So the smaller stuff is doing better as compared to mid-tier names. And I saw the micro-cap index, even smaller. That also was up sharply yesterday in terms of rebounds. The Nifty heat map is coming up on your screen. More down than up, certainly 30 down, 20 up, approximately 65 down for the Nifty to begin the day. Surabhi.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the movers and shakers on the Nifty. 57 points down, so I'm looking at the ones that are taking it lower first. Infosys, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech, TCS, it's that, NASDAQ effect perhaps that's playing out. Just weak US tech, general weak sentiment around tech in India as well. And then there are some big boys like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. So even the banks are not feeling that great this morning. So IT and banks on the back foot. That's pretty much it. I mean, beyond that, a little bit of selling on ITC or Mahindra and Mahindra. But then let's talk about the green side. What's bouncing higher smartly is HDFC Life, 1.5% up. BEL is positive. There's some buying on names like Bajaj Auto. Reliance itself is a big support this morning. 0.5%. It's an excellent counterweight to the selling that we're seeing in IT and banks. There's Coal India, L&T. So it's very, very evenly poised. I mean, it's absolutely net neutral, which is why the Nifty is now just about 5 points lower. So big fight back. And while IT and banks are a little subdued, the others are coming to the rescue. Let's see, maybe the Nifty. Yeah, Nifty's suddenly flashed green. It is green now. So the bulls are making their presence felt.
Well, that's right. In terms of stocks that are moving lower on, large volumes, I think PI Industries, that stock is down close to around 5.5% or thereabouts. Kumai will be declaring its numbers today, and we'll be waiting by for some commentary on that front. I'm not sure whether the numbers have already out, but Kumai is the one that's going to be coming out with numbers, and Pyrozar Sulfone is the one that we normally track in terms of commentary. So we'll keep an eye out on that particular stock. Besides that, stocks that are moving around in today's trading session, you have a couple of big winners. Kalpataru, if I saw that correctly, that stock in fact was well in the green because of their order win. So good going out there. A couple of other notable movers in terms of winners today. You have Khadim, not very high volumes out there, so we can avoid that one. But as we were doing that market chart, actually, the markets have moved well in the green, from a 60-point downtick. So the first dip has got bought into, which is good news. Since the dollar index is softer, we have metals that continue to do well. Hindustan Copper, I remember the stock went to around 400 rupees, then it halved to around 200 rupees. That's the pure play, on LME copper prices. So that one, in fact, has moved up. Quest Corp, they've got that nod, I think, for the demerger, splitting of businesses. So that one as well is holding in the green. And Z Enterprises, as we had mentioned yesterday as well, the promoter entity coming in there, buying some shares after a long while. The stock is up close to around 2%. And keep your eye on Geo Financial as well. Volumes fairly good in the first few minutes of trade. Stock up close to 100%, but volumes very, very high. From the lows of this week, the stock is up more than 10%.
Are they coming? Are they coming in the distance? Can you see them? Can you see them? The FBI.
Okay, well, flattish now, so that's a pretty good outcome given the overnight screen. And that's the thing, right? Markets here paid the price, at least to some degree. And the US, of course, is maybe just about starting its correction. I think the S&P from the highs is now down about 6% or so. NASDAQ is down something similar. Here, of course, we've had 16-17% falls already from the highs. So there's a bit of a lead lag. But these are the two markets which have been tightly correlated over the last 3 years or so now. I think best performing large markets for basically 3 years in a row. What else is going on? Maybe we can look at some of the other big movers which are coming up. Maybe just look at the IT index, IT and the Nifty Bank. These are the two underperforming sectors, and see if IT is still down. IT is down 1%, so that's being bogged down, and that's a large weighted sector. And the Nifty Bank is down as well. So, just see through the course of the last 3 days when the markets have bounced, these are the two sectors which have bounced perhaps the least, between 1.5 to about 2.5%. Everywhere else, there has been sort of more enthusiastic recoveries as we've seen. Nigel?
Yeah, just wanted to point out Reliance Industries. We pull up Reliance Industries with the 20-day MA. The stock is actually very, very near to that. It's at the 20-day MA. So Reliance Industries, that's the one that's bounced back a little bit from the recent lows. It's been a relative underperformer over the last few months or so. But now brokerages are getting constructive, both on the valuation parameter and the triggers going ahead as well. And as we speak, spot on, Reliance Industries is now at the 20-day MA. The other one I'm looking at is Gensol. The negative news flow continues. The CFO as well had resigned. But take a look at the stock. From the lows of the day, actually, the stock is up closer on 10%. So the last few trading sessions, it's been at lower circuit. Now volumes on the NSE I checked were closer on 15 lakh shares. Pull up Gensol. From the lows of the day, the stock has seen a sharp recovery. Last few trading sessions, the door was shut. You couldn't get out of it. Volumes are very, very low. But as we speak, I think that's the BSE volumes. On the NSE, the volumes are far higher. So keep an eye out on that one. I think the intraday chart will give you a better picture. And REITs will be getting the management with us, in a short while from now. That's one in order. That's up closer on 4.5%. So good move on that one as well. And Kalpataru Projects, now that one is screaming away, up close to around 6% or thereabouts. So it's a good start. Hopefully by the time we wind up, it'll be as good, particularly the breadth of the market. 3 stocks advancing for just 1 stock that's declining.
Okay, so yeah, some more names on the gaining side. The only issue is volumes. How many of the stocks really have reasonable volume? Some of the consumer names like a Barbecue Nation moving higher. There's Aptech. Haven't seen this stock in a long time. Market cap is sub 1,000 rupees now. That's up. Kalpataru Projects, obviously, because of the order wins they've announced. Smart order wins, over 2,000 crores of additional orders.
On Aptech, there was a large trade yesterday. I'll just try to get further details, but there was a large trade yesterday, so I'll just check out what exactly happened.
That makes sense, because we haven't seen it come up on the price and volume charts in a while. 7%. Today, Interglobe Aviation is not quite flying. They're going to Amsterdam and to Manchester, long haul. Stock's not flying this morning. It's far more mutish and flat. And Hexaware, of course, the management will speak with shortly. First numbers coming out after their listing. Should I call it relisting? Basically, re-entry on the street. The growth is fairly anemic, 1.2% constant currency terms, and we'll get an outlook with them going in a bit.